The British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good morning. My name is Gina Tang, and these are your news updates to 11 o'clock. A strike by healthcare support workers in Manitoba has been averted. The workers were set to strike this morning with 25,000 in attendance, but union and government negotiators reached a deal overnight. Workers include healthcare aides, laundry workers, and support in hospitals and personal care homes. President of CUPE Manitoba, Gina McKay, says the deal addresses concerns about wages and working conditions.
And we hope that this will bring not only workers up, but then also prioritize the importance of who healthcare support workers are in the healthcare system. And it's been too long, so we're happy to bring them up.
The head of MI5 says Britain is facing a staggering rise in assassination attempts by hostile states. Reporter Charles Ledesma has more on the attacks.
The head of the UK's Domestic Intelligence Agency, Ken McCallum, says Britain's facing a staggering rise in assassination attempts on UK soil by Russia and Iran as the hostile states recruit criminals to, he says, do their dirty work. The M15 Director General adds his agents and police have tackled 20 Tehran-backed plots since 2022 and warns that Iran could expand its targets in the UK if Israel launches a major attack in response to Iran's recent missile barrage. The spy chief says the widening conflicts in the Middle East raise the risk of an increase in or broadening of Iranian state aggression in the UK. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Saskatchewan Party leader Scott Moe says his government would increase a trio of disability tax credits by 25%. This will put $286 back into people's pockets. He wants to make his province the best place in Canada for people living with disabilities if re-elected on October 28th. Moe explains more.
Said clients who work have a portion of their job income exempted from reducing their said benefits. The Saskatchewan Party will increase the amount an individual, a couple, or family can earn without reducing their said benefits by $1,000.
Moe says his party would also up the income exemption limit under Saskatchewan's Assured Income for Disability program. The leaders for BC's major parties will meet tonight in the only scheduled debate for this election. Our reporter Ryan Bowles has more on what we can expect to see from tonight's debate.
Tonight marks the final major event before British Columbians hit the polls for the provincial election. Premier David Eby, Conservative leader John Rustad, and BC Green leader Sonia Furstenau will meet in the only televised leaders' debate of this election campaign. The debate will be moderated by Shachi Kurl of the Angus Reid Institute, who says she will reserve the right to cut microphones if the leaders get out of control. This has been a close campaign, with Eby's NDP being nearly tied with Rustad's Conservatives in most election polls. The debate kicks off tonight at 6:30. Ryan Bowles, BCIT's The Crow.
Popular TikTok is facing lawsuits for allegedly causing mental harm by intentionally designing its platform to be addictive. Reporter Julie Walker has more on what states are involved.
The lawsuits stem from a national investigation into TikTok by a bipartisan coalition of attorneys general from many states, including New York. Meanwhile, a federal law based on security concerns is still hanging over TikTok, which could ban it in the U.S. if its China-based parent company ByteDance doesn't sell the platform by mid-January. The company is appealing.
The survey and engagement platform Thought Exchange has announced its launch on its small district success plan. The plan enables kindergarten to grade 12 districts with fewer than 5,000 students to access the high-quality engagement methods and data analysts bigger districts use. With a small district success plan, Thought Exchange aims to relieve the pressure on leadership teams while providing a tool for increased community engagement and deeper data analysis. Thought Exchange CEO David McLeod says, quote, "We know that smaller districts are the backbone of the public system school in North America. We recognize their unique community engagement needs and challenges, and we're excited to be able to offer a specialized program to support them and their budgets." My name's Gina Tang, and you're listening to BCIT's The Crow.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow. This is 1680 The Crow, and you're listening to our feature presentation.
Do you have any idea what that sound was?
That's cold.
Well, you're about to find out.
Welcome to the Chill and Thrive podcast. I am Vivek Nakra.
And I'm Jacob Fraser. And this episode is called Ice and Heat Health Tour. So, I started using ice baths, also known as cold plunges, well over 10 years ago now. This was something that I started doing while I was playing hockey. I was playing at a hockey academy on Vancouver Island, and in our trainer's room of our facilities, we had 2 cold tubs. And I wasn't super interested in it at first because, well, I mean, who really wants to get in a big tub of ice water? But once I started, I couldn't stop. This is something that I've continued to do habitually, even now after being a few years removed from my hockey career. Saunas weren't something I used often, but I started that within the last couple years now. And pairing the two of them just is kind of the perfect way for me to start my day. I always start with a sauna first now, and then after I'm out of the sauna, I'll hop in the ice bath and let my body heat up naturally afterwards, since apparently from what I've heard, that burns a ton of calories. And then once I'm done that, I'm kind of feeling great, ready to go, and feeling invincible. Vivek, I know you don't have as much experience in this space as I do, but why don't you share a little bit of your background in just saunas, cold plunging, whatever your background is in that?
That sounds interesting. I haven't used it yet, but after listening to you, I'm really excited to try it once. I have also heard about the benefits of ice bath and sauna from different experts, as it is all over social media now. And I have seen people recovering from injuries or overcoming their stress by using it often.
Yeah, it's definitely become a lot more trendier on social media and things like that, like you said. I know in your research you found a little bit about the history about cold plunging and the treatments. Could you share that with us just briefly?
The history of cold plunges and saunas goes back to at least the 5th century BC. For health reasons, the ancient Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks all regularly took cold baths. As saunas came to be mixed into these cultures, one sort of followed the other. This sort of hot-cold plunge has also been incorporated into ancient Chinese medicine.
That's really interesting. I always was under the impression that it came from Scandinavia, but it's interesting to learn that it comes from ancient Greek and Egypt. That's really cool. You mentioned it's practiced in ancient Chinese medicine as well. Let's transition that into our first interviewee. We got a chance to speak with a couple of medical professionals today. So we'll share a few of the things that they had to say about just the benefits of using cold plunging and saunas for people's health. The first person we're going to hear from is Kim Cormack. Kim is a athletic therapist at Simon Fraser University, and we're going to hear what she thinks about the practice of cold plunging and the use of saunas.
In my practice, I just encourage our athletes to basically use exercise as the best way to recover from like a hard training session or anything like that where your muscles are really sore. And then as far as using cryo or thermotherapy with cold plunges or saunas, that's kind of, from what my understanding is, there's not a lot of research out there to prove that either of them promote quicker recovery than just exercise. If that makes any sense.
It was really interesting to hear Kim talk about how there is such a lack of research in the space of cold plunging and saunas and whether or not it really is beneficial for your health, because that was something that I had found as well when trying to do research for this episode. But we did talk to another personal trainer, kinesiologist, Jaden Graywall, who will join us now and share his opinion on whether or not it is beneficial.
Regular sauna use can help enhance fitness recovery by increasing circulation and aiding in muscle relaxation. Cold plunge therapy can also complement this by improving blood flow, reducing inflammation, and speeding up muscle recovery as well, making it ideal after intense workouts.
It's really interesting to me to hear the two different point of views from two different medical professionals. Both are kinesiologists, both work in athletic therapy, and they both have opposing views on whether or not it is beneficial. So I found that to be really interesting, and definitely there needs to be more research done into the fact of whether or not it is beneficial. Next up, I'll be taking you guys through my personal sauna and cold plunge routine. So I hope you enjoy learning how I do things. All right, it's about to head into the sauna here. We've got it up to about 80 or 90 degrees, so I'm not going to be able to bring my microphone in there, but I'll let you know how it goes afterwards. Okay, so we just finished up our 15 minutes in the sauna there. It was really, really hot, and I'm really, really sweaty. And now we're just about to jump into the ice bath. So right now we're filling up the 5-gallon buckets of ice. We've got 3 of them, so we're going to be adding 15 gallons of ice to our ice bath today. So right now we are filling up the ice bath with the ice. The water's under 12 degrees. And yeah, we're about to hop in. We'll see how it goes. That's cold. Alright, just sitting in the ice bath right now. It is, let's see what the temperature is at. It's a little below 10 degrees at about 8 degrees right now. It's pretty chilly. Never really gets easier. The feet's the worst part of it, but feels good at the end. All right, just getting out. Getting out's kind of the worst part, just because you're still feeling numb, but also the cold air from outside is on me right now. It's about 12 degrees outside, so getting out of a 8-degree tub and then getting the cool breeze of the 12-degree air, it's a little chilly. Now it's just time for a quick shower and get on with the episode.
It sounds like you had a chill time. Now I can't wait to try it once. Now we are joined by our guest speaker, Yari Chan, who often uses this cold plunge after his intense physical workouts.
Well, it's definitely uncomfortable. That's one of the downsides. I guess it could be a benefit as well if you're looking to push yourself to do uncomfortable things. I would say some of the benefits that I've noticed are increased wakefulness. You definitely feel very awake after getting in the cold water. There are just general feelings of boosted happiness, I guess, after the cold plunge and sauna. Some of the benefits that I've heard of but haven't personally experienced are things like increase in immune system health, and also boosted mood.
Thank you, Yari, for sharing your experience with us with your cold plunging and sauna. I hope you continue to do it, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. Now, let's break down some of the stats behind the benefits of saunas and cold plunges. According to research done by the Massachusetts General Hospital, some of the benefits that come with using saunas include detoxification, which is sweating out toxins and heavy metals from your body, which cleanse the skin and flush out impurities. Relaxation is another one. The use of saunas can reduce stress and improve sleep since it increases circulation and releases endorphins into your body. Along with the improved circulation, the heat can actually alleviate pain and reduce inflammation. And saunas also provide an overall boost to your immune system, as Yari was saying, by increasing white blood cells. As for the cold plunging benefits, they do have a similar effect as the sauna, such as improving circulation and accelerating your muscle recovery, which is why it is widely used by high-performance athletes. But cold plunging also gives your immune system a similar boost because the temperature stimulates the immune system and has an overall effect on mental alertness and promotes mental clarity. Now, Vivek, you had done some more research into just the growth and popularity of the sauna and cold plunging world. Could you break that down for us a little bit?
While the global demand for saunas is also experiencing a significant rise due to the increase in awareness of health and wellness. According to Grandview Research, the global sauna market size was valued at $859.5 million in 2023 and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 5.9% from 2024 to 2030.
Wow, as we had mentioned earlier on in the podcast, and as Yari had mentioned in his interview, it really is a growing trend. It's getting really big around the world. Before we wrap it up here, I just wanted to see if you wanted to share what your biggest takeaway was from doing your research and learning about ice bathing, cold plunging, and the use of saunas.
I was really shocked after listening to our guest speakers explaining the number of benefits that a person can get from these two activities, as it helps to reduce inflammation and improves to recover fast after physical practices. And this is what made me more curious to try it once and feel it myself after my physical workouts and see how it feels to me.
Yeah, I definitely hope you try it one day. I think you'd enjoy it. I think for myself, my biggest takeaway was just the amount or the lack thereof of research that was out there pertaining to the topic. It's really interesting that there's not a ton of information or research done to prove whether or not it is that beneficial for our health. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Chill and Thrive. I'm your host, Jacob Fraser, with my co-host, Vivek Nakra, and thank you to our 3 guests who joined us today, Kim Cormack, Jaden Graywall, and Yari Chen. Tune in next time, and make sure to continue to chill and thrive.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretanero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane.